Alright guys, I'm going to attempt to change out the crankshaft position sensor on my 2015 3.5 King wrench. I've seen some YouTube videos on it and it looks really difficult to do personally, but I'm going to show you. My truck's on a 3-inch lift kit, so I do have some room without jacking it up to get here. All right guys, so pretty much this is where it's at. There's a heat shield and you're going to have to remove one bolt here and one right up here, which are 10 millimeters. Once I remove this heat shield, it should be behind right here in the transmission well. There should be a rubber plug with the wire going into it. There's no way for me to look exactly into it or to see into it unless I remove the turbo and the exhaust and the tire along with the tire well. So what we're going to do is remove the shield, and I'm going to use a mirror with my flashlight and my hands to feel around and see if I can remove it that way. Stay tuned. Okay, I removed the heat shield. You're going to kind of have to finagle it out of there because of the last bolt you're going to take off the top. It's actually a nut, and this part here curves up in there around the transmission, but it'll come out. It's not hard. And I used a flashlight and just felt around. This is the plug you're going to pull out. It has a break in it because there's a wire going right through it, so it'll come right off. No worries. So now the hard part. I'm about to grab my mirror, and then here is the wire that goes into it right here, and here's the hole where my finger's going in right there. I can actually feel the sensor right there, but and I feel the nut. So if you can do it off of all feel, and if you have the right tools, it can be done without doing too much more work. So with a mirror, I should be okay to see when I do replace it and put the new one in that it goes in the right hole, right compartment. So I'm going to study it a little bit with the mirror and a flashlight. Okay guys, I'm using the mirror. As you can see right there is the bolt that's holding down the sensor. All right, it's in that hole, and it is a 7 millimeter. All right, so I should have no problem as long as I have this mirror and I can feel around. I can put my ratchet on there and easily take it off. Do not disconnect the wire, because if you disconnect that wire, well, it's actually probably almost impossible to do it. I've seen a video or two where they did do it, but I recommend not doing it, because once you take off the bolt, you just use that wire to guide it out and you can pull it out. Same thing as when you're replacing it. Once you put the new sensor in there, connect it before you put it in there so it doesn't fall in that well, because it can fall in and then you're going to be in big trouble trying to dig it out. So there it is right there, 7 millimeter, and let's see if we can get this puppy out. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so what I did was I've managed to loosen. Let's see if I can get a good shot at this. Give me 1 second. And you can see, it's kind of, give me a second. All right, this is Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, guys. All right, so basically I managed to loosen that bolt for the sensor. There's the sensor. Just by holding up the mirror, placing this ratchet without the ratchet, or the socket without the ratchet, sorry. Socket with the extension and the swivel. Okay, so make sure it swivels to 90 degrees. I managed to loosen it. I'm trying to get it out with my hands now so I don't lose the bolt, and we'll get back. Okay, there it is, folks. I got it out. It's actually not as hard as people think it is. The FedEx guy just came, delivered my new sensor, and asked me what the part was. I told him it was the crankshaft position sensor for my 2015. He's like, what size of motor? I told him 3.5. He said, get rid of your truck. Go trade it in now. Because those turbos keep going out. He can't believe that this sensor just went out. It's only been 7 years, but it did. Many other things have gone out in my truck. I just replaced, let me show you what I replaced, the IWE solenoid and the check valve, which is this right here. So there's a solenoid, this piece, and then this is the check valve right here. That's what I just replaced. So if you hear a grinding noise on your front left tire while you're driving down the road, it's more than likely the IWE. So we're going to remove that sensor, put the new one on, which I just got, and go from there. Okay guys, so I finally got it in. I did have to remove the tire, the front left tire, along with the tire well. And the reason why is because you can see the hole where it's going into. And obviously you see I have it in the hole and screwed in. I wasn't able to screw it in from the top. I had to get underneath and just reach in, and just by feel I was able to put the 7mm socket on there. By feeling it, I put it on and I was able to tighten it up. So all that's left is to put the piece of rubber back on, the rubber plug and the heat shield, and hopefully she works good. But hopefully I also never have to do this job again. I started around 11, it's about 3, so it's about a 4 or 5 hour job. So you can only imagine what a mechanic would charge you. I paid $12. Ordered that part on eBay. And let me show you the part number in the box. So it's a standard automotive parts. And here's that part number. Should be Hecho en Mexico. So anyways, I'll post the part number if that's not it later on in the video. But yeah, there we go. So I changed out the check valve, the EWE solenoid earlier today, and now I'm doing the crankshaft position sensor, which goes to show you F150s are awesome, but after having them for a while and putting a lot of miles on them, you're gonna end up spending some money and some time trying to keep it running. All right, good luck to y'all. Take care. Scouts out.